MSTR, the news dropped for MicroStrategy last week that they will be included in the QQQ. This morning, we're seeing it up just a couple of percentage points. Let me go ahead and turn that actually on the daily. That was a mistake by me there. 4 hours is not what I wanted to see. Daily is what I wanted to see. We're up about 2.8% off of that news. So basically, we're coming out of this consolidation zone here now with this news, and now there's going to be a constant bid for MicroStrategy, meaning it's likely going to continue to see some type of rise. That doesn't mean it's going to be a super sharp rise that is going to fly right back up to $500, but we should see some percentage point increases in this as more funds have to buy it. So right now we're seeing that little pump up. It's actually coming down a little bit, down to 2.5 now. I am in MSTX, which is a 2x levered fund of MicroStrategy. I will be in that likely through the end of the year. I like to see MicroStrategy do something like a move up from 419 back maybe to the 382 here at 464, which would be about a 10%, but that would get me about 20-25% on my move from where I got in on MSTX. I don't know what's going on here. Go away. All right. Okay. But what really got me interested here is, okay, so we got this swing low right here, right? And then we come up to the high, which is up there. I went a little too high there. Let's go there. Okay. We came down to the 786 from that swing high up there, 786, and we bounced off it three times without breaking it, and are coming off of it. Now, if we can get up and above 440, we're basically in the clear to fill this gap up here to the upside there. Right there. I mean, that's a gap that's already been filled to the downside, but you get what I'm saying here. I'm trying to say that this candle here is my target, like that 464 and above is where we're going to go to. That is not how gaps work. They don't fill a gap that went up that got filled to the downside doesn't fill back up to the upside, but I'm using that as my benchmark of where I'm expecting it to go is back up to where this candle is up here, where it gapped up in the past. Okay. See what I'm saying there? All right. So about 464-ish area. I'm expecting to see it come back up to there, maybe even back up to $500. We'll see if it can manage that. But for me to get what I'm looking for, we would need to see let's see, it would have to go back all the way up to the all-time high for me to really get what I want to get, which is about a return to $200 on MSTX, which we'll go look at that right now. Let's go look at MSTX. Similar chart. Yeah, same sort of thing. In fact, this one came all the way back down to baseline, so it overshot its underlying a little bit to the downside there, and it screwed around 1, 2, 3 times, and now it's got to get up and above 125, and then once it gets up above 125, we've got room all the way up to 163, 164, and that would represent a move up of about 46%. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. I'm not going to be too upset with a move up of 46% on this one. So I've halted my options selling on this one right now and have just been buying shares. So that's it. My option selling, I did a little bit of over management the other week. I've got to dig through some of that and do a new income machine video for that. Got a little too much with the buys and sells on that, I think, in my opinion. I think I went a little too ham on that, and I need to calm down. Anyways, whoa, Mara up 6%. Oh, I bet my calls are doing great. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. We can see here on the momentum, the fast has crossed up above the slow on MSTX. That's a good sign. Average force is softening to the downside, so it's finally curling back up. This is the buy area right here. This is the zone. Basically, and of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. The buy zone on MSTR, MSTX, well, MSTX, I'll do that, and then I'll go back to MSTR. What is $81 up to our current price level? Above that, and it is likely to continue to go up. Let's go look at MSTR. What would that price level be on MSTR? It was $367 all the way up to about $400 on MSTR is the buy zone off of this peak here. Okay. And as long as we hold above 367, it is still in play. It is still going up. All right. That's all I got to say about MSTR. Let's take a look at, I've mentioned Google last week. Google was in a really great spot to come back down to like the low 190s and then go up again. So I want to talk about that real quick here. I am in a Google right now. Google is very exciting since the quantum news came out last week, and we can see we came down to the 5 and bounced. Now, an inverted hammer at the top of the move, that is bad. I don't like that. I want to see this thing come up and tap $200. Come on, you can do it. Let's see, where's the market bias on this? It's probably way below it. Yeah, it's way below it. Doesn't matter. I can't even see it. Let's dig down a little deeper to see what's going on. So, but average force is on our side. You can see that the stochastics are both green on yellow right now. So that's two good things on the daily. But let's drill down a little bit. All right, on the 2 hour, look what happened here. We came all the way down into the 21 and we bounced off that 21. Look at that. That's almost textbook. Beautiful. Just halted almost right below it, overshot a little bit, and then came right back up. Now, what we're looking for is the next candle. When this thing closes, we're looking for the next candle to create a body around 195.42 or wherever this thing ends, and then drive higher on the body of the candle. It can wick down or up, but as long as the body stays green and drives up higher and the body doesn't go much below the top of the previous body, just like it's doing right here. This exact formation that we're seeing right here on the 2 hour, right on the pre-market, right? We got the candle body, and then the next body shows up at the top of the candle and drives higher. The next body shows up at the top of the candle and drives higher. We see one more of those, we're going to 200, and that'll be very, very, very exciting for me personally. We are yellow on green there on the stochastics. They're a bit wispy, which I don't like seeing, but they are the right colors going the right direction. So I'd like to see the fast continue to come up, and as long as it can get up and above $198, then we could go higher. If it cannot get above $198.30 there, then this may roll back over, and then we have to watch 191. And if it goes below 191, well, then that's it. I'm going to have to cut my trade. And that's how that goes. Take a look at, now let's take a look at some Bitcoin miners. Let's see, CleanSpark warrants are finally coming back down. Okay, I picked that up under $1, my other 1,000, so I'm not too concerned about it being at $1 currently. CleanSpark is up 2.58% today. Let's go to the daily. Okay, 2.8% today on the daily. Oh, look at my ascending channel. Came right into it on Friday, bounced right off of it. I love technical analysis. It works out so much more often than it doesn't. All right, anyways, on CleanSpark, we break this line right here. We break that line right there. We're going right back up to the 21. If we can conquer the 21, then we are open back up to go back up to $15. That's the play. If we lose this ascending channel, we come back down to the bottom of the range at $10. That's what happens. That's how it is. We can see that the stochastics are looking like they want to turn around. Average force does not look like it wants to turn around. I would like to see a nice positive day out of CleanSpark today to drive this thing higher. That would be great. The warrants, if you haven't gotten in the warrants, your opportunity was on Friday here down at 87 cents. That was the opportunity for in the short term anyways. We'll see if it wicks down again. If CleanSpark shows weak performance, it falls down to $10. Yeah, we're going to come back down to this line, and you might get your chance again at 80 cents. I decided to round out my position to 10,000 shares of the warrants. I did so at 96 cents, so I bought 1,000 more at 96 cents on Friday. I did not catch the low. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's forming a base here. It's proving that it's got the strength to be here right now. And as long as it's holding above, honestly, 95 cents, as long as it's holding above 95 cents, I'm really not concerned at all. If it comes below 95 cents, I'm still not concerned because my average is 72 now that I bought that 1,000 shares at 96 cents. So it can come as low as 72 cents and I'm still in the green. I'm not too concerned about this. And honestly, if it came down to the 66 cents range, I would load up on more shares of CLSKW personally. And of course, nothing I say is a financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Let's take a look at Mara. Mara's up 6% today. Where is it falling on its chart? Ooh, I'm getting slow on my internet here. Come on, buddy. I'm going to have to cut this out. All right, here we go. All right, we came into the 21-day moving average, and we're bouncing out of this thing. We break this line right here, and especially if we break it today, oh, that'd be so good if we broke it today. We're going to come back up to this line up here, which is at 25.62. That would be fantastic for me. I would love that. And then we could end up seeing something of a head and shoulders like that, which would take us back down to the 200, and maybe even lower. That would suck, because there is a bit of that pattern coming in. But I'm not gonna be too concerned about that as long as Bitcoin is holding up above $100,000. Right now, it's at $105,000. It is at an all-time high right now. That is awesome. So that's why we're seeing this performance right now. It's going to drive up. As long as Bitcoin continues to drive up, this is going to drive up higher. And if we break that line, we go up higher. And that is beautiful. BitDeer's up 7% today. First of all, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at an all-time high right now, $105,000. That is awesome. The average force is going the right way. Stochastics are going the right way. Everything is looking great. BitDeer. I remember saying BitDeer was a bit rich for my blood, and it still is. It's still a bit rich for my blood. It's above the fib clouds. Things don't like to stay up there for a super duper long time. So I feel like BitDeer is likely going to be one of those ones that peaks early and then drops off early compared to its peers. You can see that the average force is already sloping down. So there is a divergence since December 9th. There's been a divergence in average force compared to the price. The price is climbing up while average force is weakening. So that is interesting. We also see that the stochastic ribbons are very wispy. One of them's the wrong color. If it gets wider, the slow one, especially the slow one gets wider, I could see this thing coming back down to the 21-day moving average down at 1642. If you lose that, it's going to come all the way back down to the farthest level of support, which currently is going to be around $11.88 or $12, and it will catch the 200-day moving average in that scenario. I'm not saying that's absolutely going to happen. That only happens if we lose the 21-day moving average, but right now, if we're holding that 5, right? And as long as average force is still falling down and these stochastics are looking wispy, this is a little too rich for my blood. If you're in this, congratulations. You're doing great. Start looking for tops. Just look for the tops. I'm not saying it's in. I'm saying look for them. Cypher up 8%. That's pretty good. Let's see. Cypher, I think, was a bit hot too, wasn't it? No, it's not. It's got room. It's got room. It's got plenty of room. Actually, it's just getting over the 21-day moving average. It could come as high as this right now. This is where we're going to find some resistance right there on this line, which currently on the day would be about, what am I at? 745. And if we can conquer 745, yeah, we're going to go up above the fib clouds again into the $8 range for Cypher. That'd be pretty cool. And their warrants are still hanging out around $2. Those doing pretty good. Iron up 5% today. I like to see it. Iron is slowly chugging up toward my little goal there. Hey, look at that. It did a little dippy. And let's see a rippy all the way up into the 18s. I'll start selling in the 18s. You better believe it. I'll be starting looking at that as a top zone there for IREN. Bitfarm's not doing a whole lot. It's still hanging out underneath the 200-day moving average. It's got to get above that. It's got to get above 208. Right now, it's got to get above 208. It's got to do it this week. Can't do it this week. I'm going to be saying Bitfarms will continue to drag. And that's it for Bitfarms. That's it for the miners right now. I'll cover more of them tomorrow. I don't want the video to get like crazy long. It always does. Palantir finally giving some back. That's good. We might lose this line. We lose this line. We come down to the 21, which is going to be at 68. And honestly, I'm not even sure if it's going to come down much further than that. Because they always come out with a new deal as soon as I think they're going to sell off and they go higher. So I don't know. I'm just holding my shares of Palantir right now. The China trade, it's kind of piddling out there. That's a little weak. Okay. My PayPal trade. Oh yeah, Square. Block, excuse me, Block. Have I covered Block since it went up over $100? We said it was going to go to $100. Okay, it went to $99.41, which is pretty close. I made some money on it, and then I let it go, and now it's coming right back down to the 21, which might be an area to load back up on Block. We see a bounce here, especially once it gets above the 5-day moving average, which is at 93.81. I'd be looking at this thing to go right back up to about 98, maybe even $100 on Block. So I'm watching that. As soon as this average force starts showing me that it wants to go higher and it gets above the 5-day moving average, I'll be looking at Block again for a potential swing play. Anyways, that's all I got for you today, I believe, unless I want to look at NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA down once more. NVIDIA looks like it's got a date with the, oh yeah, that's confirming. So today, if it closes where it is today, all right, if you're in NVIDIA and it closes where it is right now today, underneath 133 area, it is confirming a head and shoulders. You see it? You see it? Let me turn off some stuff. Then you'll see it. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Neckline is right here at this red line. We closed beneath that red line today. We got a date with the 120s on NVIDIA. So keep that in mind if you're in NVIDIA, that it could come all the way down to 120. That would be an area that I would like to recommit to NVIDIA. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. If you're feeling in the giving mood, I've got a donation link in the description as well as for a friend of mine doing a cycling trip for Tourette's and cancer research. If you're feeling in the giving mood, go ahead and give to that. It's a great cause, and have a profitable day.